back! Hello there, friend. Welcome back to Max Plays Destiny Fails Us, the beta. On the previous episode, we fell in love again with a dreamy, beautiful girl named Erin, who probably, hopefully, most hopefully is actually not a ghost. That would be dramatically fitting, but terrible for my health and my poor little Kokoro. Anyhow, we decided to sit down at the table with all of these other losers, and we're now back into the conversation and seeing how things evolve from there. They're talking about Hordes of Heroes, and you know, we don't want to bring up the argument which one is better, Hordes of Heroes or Boda, but you know what? Let's just keep moving on. Boda. Boots of the Ancients? Nah, that's just silly. Hey, Harley. I'm the cool surfer guy. Hey, Harley. So, Vincent, is James quitting the team? They had a Hordes of Heroes team. Vincent. Yeah, I think he has to. Hey, I don't think his parents are going to let him play after, yeah. Greg looked away from the group for a moment. It seemed like he was trying to avoid eye contact with Vincent. Anyway, it seems like the only thing he can participate in is our fantasy HOH. Oh. Mainly because he doesn't really have to do anything. That's my favorite thing, not actually having to do anything. They all went quiet for a moment, but the silence was broken by Samson slamming his hands on the table. Oh wait, Idril. He turned to me. Oh yeah, I guess that could work, but she's a girl. Girls can't play video games, guys. Oh, that is sexist, Vincent. Idril, I must be missing something. What are we talking about? Oh, well, what I meant was, you play, Hordes of Heroes, no? Yeah? Well, James can't play in our games anymore. Because he stabbed me. Vincent told me that you play mid, is that right? I like that we know this, because we played a little bit of the game. If we hadn't, this would come a little bit out of left field. I wonder if the best way to implement this would be to force the player to play video games a couple of times, but what do I know? I'm not very good, but I do play mid. Oh well, that is just perfect. James was a mid player. Would you be interested in taking his place on our pro team? Should I join their Horde of Heroes team? Let's see. My options are do nothing and continue not having excitement, or having excitement! Idril. Yeah, sure. Sounds like it could be really fun. Yay. Excelsior! Everyone talked excitedly about the games up until the bell rang. Ah! Oh, I feel like I've cheated on Alaska. I feel so terrible. Alaska and I met up in the hall and started to walk to class together. Idril, I still am not sure, okay. I still am not sure what I want to do with my speech. I just feel so anxious about speaking in front of the entire class about myself. It's a dumb speech anyway. I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about Maymays. I wrote an entire 20-page essay on Doge. Alaska, you didn't write it, you just printed their meme wiki page on it. It's basically like writing it. The two of us entered the classroom and sat down. Mrs. Leroy walked up to the front of the room when the bell rang. Mrs. Leroy, does anyone have any questions? Alaska raised her hand. No, Miss Price. We're not allowing any more speeches on Maymays. Yes, Alaska. What do we have to do this dumb speech anyway? What if somebody's to... What do we have to do this dumb speech anyway? What if somebody's too nervous to talk to other people they barely know about themselves? That's not a question, Miss Price. Also, Alaska, you're in speech class! You picked speech class! Precious. Mwah. Precious. Oh god, hide my face. Do nothing. Alaska looks over to me after she says that. I love that the options are... And then, or just sit there like, this is my life. This is my life. Also, by the way, okay. I think it cannot be understated that I love the, oh god, period. Hide my face, period. I prefer the, although I do love this choice, I prefer the idea of just Idril sitting there like, this is my life. This is my life. I look at my life, look at my choices. Yeah! Confidence! Cool shades. I could feel my face getting warmer, but I felt like it couldn't hide forever. Alaska smiled at me for a moment. Aww. Yeah, that was the correct choice, you guys. Miss Leroy. That's exactly the type of question I was looking for today. I wanted to teach you all how important it is to use correct word usage when talking to crowds. This was all a ruse. I said give an informative speech about yourself, but what I really meant was give an introductory speech about yourself. Let's pretend I'm sitting in the back of the classroom and I actually wrote an informative speech about myself. I'm sitting here like, Mrs. Leroy, but I did what you said on the assignment. You wrote on the whiteboard, do an informative speech, and I did that. Why am I being punished? Miss Leroy, you're not good, class pilot. It's a good thing you brought it up, Miss Price. Otherwise, I imagine most of the class would have been too embarrassed to give their speech. Because of this, you'll be receiving bonus credits on your first speech for being the only person brave enough to speak up. You know what? I never actually did take a speech class, so maybe this makes sense for someone who's taken a speech class. I'm just sitting here like imagine. I mean, this is my face, and I'm sitting here like, how did Alaska manage to win? She won somehow. Like Alaska is like Seinfeld, Kramer levels of ridiculous. Where like, how did you win? This is not how life works. Anyhow. I'm sitting in the back of the class going, and I'm sitting in the front of the class. And I'm sitting there like, but I looked it up to do the thing you asked me for. Alt F4, uninstall. The speech will now be titled An Introduction to Yourself. I was happy I didn't have to speak about myself in detail, but still, even introducing myself sounded nerve-wracking. Alaska told me I would do fine, but I wasn't so sure. The class spent the rest of the period writing and rewriting their speeches. Yeah, I'm rewriting my whole speech, Mrs. Reed. Because you freaking didn't give us the correct instructions. It was all just a ruse. Screw this class. Screw this class. I met Dad out front and got into his car. He was taking me to self-defense class again, because it's Tuesday. No limits! When we got to the building, he parked right up front. I want to stay this time. I didn't feel quite as nervous this time. Okay, it's fine. Cute. The two of us walked together inside. Jordan noticed us immediately and walked over to greet us. Okay, here's Jordan. What's the other guy? I forget. Hey there, guys. He smiled at us and reached up to touch his face. Right? Oh, okay. He's feeling the jaw that Idril nearly dislocated last time. Your daughter has a... Take two. Your daughter has a good punch. My glass jaw is still broken. Harvey,
Harvey walked up and patted Jordan on the back. I think you'll live. Oh, Harvey, I was wondering if there was a way you could do a lesson that would be easy on Idril's hand.
Oh yeah, her hand is hurt. Is that maybe why she couldn't carry the books? Well, it was also a tower of books. Dad, it's fine.
Oh, no, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll go over ground techniques today. Will you be watching today, sir? Oh yeah, yes, Dad. I'll go ahead and sit down over by the entrance.
Dad patted me on the head and went to sit down. Most of the people taking to self-defense were there and ready to start. Everyone sat down on the mats. I like that there's 2 different color mats. I like the architecture, actually.
Harvey started the lesson on ground techniques. He went through an initial explanation and had us partner off to practice.
Unfortunately, there was an odd number of people in class today, so I was partnered up with Jordan. Don't kill him.
Please don't kill my boyfriend.
I felt awkward. I felt awkward to be so close to someone else, especially Jordan. I still felt bad for hurting his jaw last week. Just do it! Just do it! Also, if you murder him, it'll be hilarious. I decided to go through it. What if this is like Frog Fractions? You murder him and then it becomes like a trial simulator. You have to prove your innocence. I decided to go through with it, even though it made me nervous. It ended up being kinda nice to have Jordan as a partner. Confidence! I started to feel more confident around him. Soon I was able to do the technique consistently, even though my execution felt really sloppy. After everyone had gone through the technique, Jordan got up from the ground to stand next to Harvey. Harvey began to wrap things up. He congratulated everyone for trying so hard today in class. Pink cupcakes? Pink cupcakes? No pink cupcakes. We all said goodbye to Harvey and Jordan and left. Dad and I walked out to the car.
I'm proud of you, Shortcake. Good job doing your best out there.
Mom didn't say much until she was done cooking dinner. I finished eating and went up to my room. What are we doing tonight? What should I do tonight? Well, we owe homework. Why isn't Aaron here? We can also practice for the team, but I can't. Oh, you know what? My fatigue is pretty high. I should but let's use the computer. Why not? I sat down. Let's practice mid lane, I guess. No one was online. Called mid. Wait, actually, this is actually a different text. After a few months of waiting, I got into a lobby. I called mid and picked a hero. While I was waiting for everyone else to choose their roles, I minimized the window to turn on some music. When I pulled the window back up, it was already on the loading screen. Good timing. When the game started, I started making my way onto the lane when I noticed one of my teammates following me. The teammates typed in the chat box that he was going to play mid lane. I replied that I called the role, but he said he didn't care and wouldn't play any other lane. I ended up going to the bottom lane to play support, but unfortunately I had already bought gear for the other lane. Without the right gear to play the role, I ended up losing our lane to the other team. To the other team. When we reached the midpoint of the game, we had started making a comeback. However, in the middle of an important team fight, I missed my shot and we ended up losing the game. I wouldn't necessarily say that it was all you. I was tired and didn't want to deal with someone else doing the same thing my teammate did at the start of the match, so I jumped offline. And that's MOBAs in a nutshell. We didn't even relax. It was stressful. I wonder if that's just like a dice roll. It was getting late. I decided to head to bed. What if, like, up until this point, you've been doing nothing but playing games on the computer, and you've been getting nothing but bad luck, so you know that you suck at this game, you're not good at it, and still Vincent and Samson are like, join our team. Oh, mademoiselle, I would love to see you join our team. You are just exactly what we need. What if James starts his own and contrary team, and then it's just like the Mighty Ducks, except with MOBAs? By the way, you know, We are this close. We are a few years away from people doing like that classic sports movie of like the ragtag underdogs beating the super advanced, better off team, but with esports. We're this close from that happening. This close, I swear. When I woke up, I went downstairs and poured myself a bowl of cereal. After a lazy morning at home, I left to meet up with my friends at school. Lazy Sunday, wake up in the late afternoon. The class went smoothly. Mrs. Harrison taught her lesson and then sat down at her desk typing for the rest of the period. I was able to ask for help from Lily and got my homework done. Yay! Where's Aaron? What gets me about Aaron is that if we hadn't picked that one choice to stay at school and not go to clubs, we would not have met her, I think. I decided to go to get lunch from the cafeteria today. There were posters hanging along the walls about the upcoming basketball game against the Asagao Strikers on Saturday. The posters mentioned that there was a raffle going on today. Every person who bought lunch would be entered to win 2 free tickets. Oh, I see what you're doing, game. Who wants to go see sports? Sports are lame! But I guess it counts as a date, I guess. When the lunch lady finished my order, I went and sat down at the table with a tally. Lily sat down shortly after me. She had a break from selling tickets today. Lunch today seems... quiet? Yeah. Well, Alaska's missing, right? This is what it feels like to not have to guard your food from a scavenger. You have a point. The 3 of us ate our food without worry. We didn't say much to each other until the bell rang. Meanwhile, Alaska's like underneath the table, just like taking things. But... Hey, Mr. Burton? Atalia and I sat down in our seats when her dad came... Oh no, it's her dad. When her dad came into the room, she immediately looked away from him.
Hey, kid.
That's funny.
Mr. Evans. I forget what voice I gave Mr. Evans, so I'm gonna give him the deep dad voice. Hey, kitten.
Why would you call your daughter that? They're gonna make fun of her in high school until the day she dies, basically. Or leaves high school. He stood there, staring at the back of her head. After a moment, he looked at me.
Did she hear me?
I kinda hear him like a nerd. Did she hear me? Hey, kitten. Did she hear me? Hey, sweetie. You forgot your lunch today. Okay, nerd voice.
Almost like my Otacon voice.
Nah, that's not even close. I lean over to politely tap her desk. Atali? I don't want to talk to him right now. I looked back at Mr. Evans and shook my head. He sighed and sat down at his desk. Oh, jolly. Kitten, if you keep refusing to talk to me, I might have to resort to using a remote mic. Oh, you're a nerd. You're a nerd. It's like one of my Japanese animes. Atalia reached up and turned her hearing aids down. They are hearing aids. Are you happy, Amelia? Are you happy? You got me. You got me. There is an in-world reason for her cat ears. They're hearing devices. It's a cute way for her to have her hearing devices. I need something to throw as a way of just fan dropped. Whoa, I actually tapped on the keyboard. Wait. Oh, there you go. I feel really silly. It all makes sense now. And it took a little while to get there. So you know what? I take back everything else I said. There's an in-world reason for her cat ears. And it makes sense. Atalia reached up and turned her hearing aids down. She pulled out her textbook and opened it up to the chapter we were currently on. Oh, that's cute. Listening to you is exhausting. Aww. Mr. Evans kicked his feet up onto his desk and leaned back. Well, fine then. Alright, class, today we're going to go over some more World War II history. Also, we're going to talk about how much I'm disappointed in my daughter. Last time we went over the bombs on Pearl Harbor. Well, the United States retaliated by atomic bombing 2 places in Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That is exactly how it happened, kids. Right away! I love the summarization of American history. They did this, so we did that. Let's ignore the fact that the US by now had been doing firebombing in Japan for like years. But let's just overlook that. Let's overlook the fact that more people died in Japan from the firebombing than they ever did from the atomic bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Let's forget all of those things. Max got political. No, I got historical. Boom! That happened. That's fact. I was too concerned with what was going on between Natalia and her dad to really pay that much attention to his lecture. Idril, you have difficulty paying attention. It's not like this is only making it harder. When class finished, Natalia left the classroom immediately. Okay. That's the little dance I do at the end of every episode, by the way. You don't know, but that's what I do while I let my software finish recording. Okay, so I don't want to go to the library because Alexander would be there. I don't want to go to King's Cafe because I would rather go to King's Hot Cocoa Emporium. The computer labs for Vincent and nerds. I'm gonna go to the art club in the hopes that maybe, just maybe, I run into Aaron. That seems legit. Also, I love this light orangey tint that really does make it look like it's not dusk. That or it looks like I have flux turned on. Since it was Wednesday, I headed over to art club to get some progress done. God damn it, every time it's Samson. I should know better. I took the shortcut, taking the back exit and walking across the lawn. When I got to the door, Samson was struggling to leave with a cart full of refreshments. I opened the doors wide enough and stood to the side to let him through.
Wow, thank you, mademoiselle. Merci.
Is that merci beaucoup? Is that thank you? I don't know. Guys, I don't know French. I hardly know English and Spanish. And bad Spanish. When I say it like that, it makes it sound as though Spanish is my second language, which is not. Spoilers. De todas maneras, let's move forward. Yeah, it looked like you were having some issues trying to get through there.
Oh well, I tried to do it at once, you know, but only make a one trip. It wasn't a working out.
Oh, you two are actually cute together. You're both lazy.
So, are you heading over to the art club? The club?
Yeah, I need to get more work done on that project.
Oh, you know, after our conversation the other day.
Samson pulled out a piece of paper out of his back pocket.
I went home and tried to draw something.
I swear to God, if this is a picture of Dick Butt. He held onto the paper, hesitant on handing it over. It's a picture of Tannic. OC, do not steal.
Oh, wait, never mind. It's a drawing.
Should I? Oh, look at it. It's clearly a picture of Dick Butt. You're just being too hard on yourself. Let me see.
Samson
sheepishly handed it over as he looked away. It was a drawing of a flower. An iris. Hey, I'm Flowey the Flower. How are you doing? In this land, we share our friendship through friendship pellets. Quick, try to catch them all. Freaking Flowey. Wow, it's so pretty.
Oh, wow, really? I'm glad you like it.
I handed it back to him, but he put his hands in his pockets and shook his head.
You can keep it. I probably shouldn't be carrying that stuff around anyway.
Because flowers are for girls, right, Samson? You freaking nerd. Wait a minute. He just gave her flowers. Guys, Samson is so smooth! He's so smooth. He just gave her flowers. So smooth. He's the mastermind behind this. He looks like a giant nerd, but he's a mastermind. He waved his head toward the gym.
You know, I got to be a manly and stuff. There is no reason to call extra attention from bullies like Brian.
Why are you in sports? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Society sucks. Samson doesn't seem like he's happy. Why are you in sports then? Why are you in the sports department then? It doesn't seem like you at all that much.
Well, when you were in 8th grade and we were picking departments, I wanted to show off for Lily. It was a dumb. I thought that being on the sports team would make me feel better about it.
I sure hope you could change tracks in the middle of things. Like, I'm sure if you talked to Mr. Sly, he would be like, you know what? If you're really not happy, and you're objective about it, why don't you come to the art club with me? Oh god, art club is gonna become Samson Club.
Oh well, I can't right now.
He looked over at the cart and back at the gym.
But what about next time? I would love to go with you.
He's so smooth. You don't even care about art, do you, Samson? You're playing her like a careful game of... What game am I trying to talk about? I thought the Harvest Moon for a moment, but I don't even know why. Sure, I'll swing by here for you next time I go to the art club. Samson leaned against the car and accidentally knocked several water bottles onto the ground. He startled himself and swiftly dropped to the ground to pick them up.
I believe I nailed it. I should probably get going. These water bottles are not going to get to the gym themselves.
You never know. They might roll over there if you knock them over again.
Why must you make a fun of me?
He stayed quiet for a moment before bursting out in laughter.
I am sure Brian would prefer it if these bottles weren't covered in snow.
After he organized the cart again, he looked up at me and gave me a sweet smile.
I hope you liked the picture, Idril.
Thank you. Where's Ghost Girl? Where's Ghost Girl? I left Samson and went inside, out of the cold. The art room was nearby and there were several students inside working on their projects. I sat down with a small wave to the teacher and worked on my art project. When I got home, I went to my room to relax, and I think it's a good time to call this episode. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me, and we'll see where this story progresses on the next one.